Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Essence of Tea podcast. I'm your host, Jenny J, and I'm the owner and founder of Sipping Streams Tea Company. And here today, I have my wonderful friend, Megan from Elevated Oats. Hello, Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan from Elevated Oats. I am the CEO, and oh man, we've been around for 2.5 years now. I didn't start out as a granola builder. It was all like air traffic control, army, just doing a totally different life into something all new and a lot more delicious.
Yeah, that's what's so fascinating about being an entrepreneur is everyone doesn't start out as an entrepreneur. Oh, we all come from different backgrounds and we have a certain drive or passion or mission or quest or journey that transforms the people around us, and that spark is what makes us really passionate and on fire about our businesses. So for those of you who are listening to this podcast about tea, we will be talking about tea at some point, but we're both from Alaska. I'm in Fairbanks, Alaska, and Megan,
I'm in
Anchorage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we're the two largest cities in Alaska, which is very big. But yeah, I met Megan at holiday trade shows, pretty much. I just saw this lady running around like crazy, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta try out our tea. You gotta try out our tea." And I'm like, "Okay, this lady, I guess." Drinks a lot of tea.
I was a big fan.
I did not know.
I was a big fan of the tea. And I have to say it's almost weird in Alaska because coffee is so big and I am just not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. I'm all about tea. So it's like supporting local, which is awesome, on top of it's just delicious. Yeah. So it's like a great part of like that holiday.
Out about me?
I think same. I think it was the holiday markets. Also seeing like when you become an entrepreneur, I'm not from Alaska at all. So I came from Hawaii here and immediately started Elevated Oats. And with that, it was like, you start to see the brands that are local, that are in all the places you want to be, like doing how they've spread, and then you start learning about those businesses. Okay, well, how did they do it? Where are they at? How long has it been? Like, what's their target audience? So that we can ultimately learn from that and take away what we can and kind of save time. You know what I mean? Like, be as efficient as possible with scaling.
Yeah, it's so crazy because like as an entrepreneur, you literally, I feel like you go through an internal war and then war with like your community in a way, in a sense. I don't want to say like you're like fighting your community, but it's like you're clawing your way out so people can find out about you. And it just seems like so confrontational, so aggressive in a way. And then you come back and you're like, oh no, we're about collaboration. Like when you like come out of the trenches, like, oh hey, like I'm here to help too.
Oh man, that's so funny. That is so funny because really, yeah, you like I came in, it was all brand new. I'm like, how do you get known? How do you come in somewhere and become known? Like, you have to be aggressive. You have to be like posting all the time or in their face or at all the places, talking to everybody, engaging with everybody. Man, it's been a whirlwind these past like 2 years. I feel like I've met more people in my life than ever. It's just been, yeah. It's
Did
different.
you
It's totally
start at the beginning of COVID?
Like right at the beginning of COVID. I moved to Alaska July 19th of 2019, and I got a business license on August 2nd. And then that first winter, the holidays, I hit like 9 holiday shows in a row. And that was kind of like me testing out this whole idea. I'm like, okay, I have this idea for granola. But then by January, we had a factory. We had a factory space and we were building factory. It just kind of like snowballed and didn't stop so fast. And then COVID happened. But this is all within like, what? Not even 6 months of a span.
Wow, that's
very
so intense. Well, okay, so I've been following you online And because we live in different towns, so we're not always hanging out. But I would see all the fun things that you do, like your outdoor hiking with all of your Odies. And my background is athletic training, sports medicine, and physical education. So I used to be more outdoorsy, but being an entrepreneur, it's so hard to make time to get out. So can you tell me a little bit more about Elevated Oats and your mission and your purpose and the things that you're doing with health and wellness? Because as a tea company, obviously we're about health and wellness, but we're more than about just like sipping our cup of tea. Like it goes beyond that. And I know oats is more than just eating some fun granola that tastes good. Like I'm having here your limited edition lemon berry muffin. I just realized I ran out of it. Like this is my last until later this week. But yeah, tell me more about Elevated Oats and what you're doing with helping people with health and wellness.
So it's been such an interesting transformation with Elevated Oats. We really came in the beginning with this idea of helping people change their relationship with food, because I saw so many people just like eating crap. Like it's so easy. You get addicted to it and then you don't take the time to make food for yourself, or you don't know. You just don't even realize what's happening, right? So that was the main thing. It was like, okay, get healthier. But that's just not the full equation. It's like there's so many aspects. It's balance, it's work-life balance, it's mind, body, soul, it's feeding yourself the right things, but like intellectually feeding yourself the right things, energy-wise feeding yourself the right things, getting outside, like giving yourself those boosts of like nature and stuff. So our mission has really turned into focusing on mental health. Like, how can we bring awareness to mental health and the relation between food and mental health? So, diets high in refined sugar are known to worsen mood disorders. So, if you're eating a bunch of crap all the time, like, not only is it bad for your body, but you're actually affecting like your mind, and it's so easy to ruminate and get stuck in these like really just bad thoughts and not have people around you to help get you out of those things. Like me and Lacey had kind of come together during dark times. Like I left a relationship and my ex-husband had a psychotic break. So there was a lot of mental illness and I had never even known anything about it before that. So it's kind of like, whoa, this awareness, like I never even thought about mental health, like taking care of my mental health. And now it's like, this is what we need to spread. Like, this is important. This is way more important than just eat some granola, you know what I mean? Or like have a vegetable or whatever. It's like from the inside. It's like really from the inside of everything. So health and wellness all together. Granola is, we're just trying to give you something healthy to eat, but really like bringing together that community of like-minded individuals so that we can support each other and continue to grow and learn and what we can just be better people. So like we do the group hikes where we get more people outdoors together. We provide snacks, but really it's like not about the business. It's just like, let's go hike. We're going to go hike anyways. Just come with us. So it's been nice to kind of get to be part of the community and really not focus on selling in a way, like just focus on how can we help you be better people.
Yeah, I was just telling somebody this morning earlier about, my passion about tea isn't about tea. People think, oh man, this tea lady, she's always selling tea. She's like such a good educator. She's such a good salesperson. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I mean, I don't even have a background in business. My background is like helping people, healing people from their sports injuries. Like how can we get back to the fastest, healthiest, everyday activities of life? Because some people have traumatic injuries where they're never going to be the same again. And so what you're trying to do is heal them with, mental health, counseling, other activities that they can do. And it's all about what you can do in the now and how you can move forward with your current situation. Because crap happens all the time. Yep. Like whether we allow crap to happen to us or we had something terrible happen to us. And mental health, especially living in Alaska with our dark winters here, you know, depression's a big thing. Like, I did not realize that I suffered from depression the majority of my life until I went to college and took a bunch of psychology classes. And I'm like, oh, is that? Oh, I'm depressed. Oh, okay. Is that what that is? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, now what do I do? You know, and I think
awareness.
it's more of a, yeah, and it's more than just mental health, because mental health is really a holistic approach to everything, because it starts from the inside out, mind, body, and spirit, the inside out. And what is surrounding you affects your mind, and what's inside of you affects everything else around you. It's so holistic in the whole world. And it, you know, like your oats, it's not just about eating oats. Like, it does not matter how many oats you eat, you're not going to be healthy because there's other parts of the puzzle that need to be fulfilled. You can drink so much tea. I mean, I get people calling me all the time, like, what kind of tea is good for this? What kind of tea is good for that? And I'm like, I think the question is what are you looking for? You know, like, why? Why are you drinking all this tea? Oh, because I have this injury. And I'm like, okay, you have an injury? Did you go to the doctor? Oh, yeah, but I don't like going to the doctor. I'm like, okay, you have a physical therapist and you're not going to the physical therapist. Well, are you doing the exercises at home? Well, no, but I think tea will cure me. And I'm like, no. I literally had this conversation 1 year ago. And I was like, I'm sorry. I really feel bad, but I don't really want to sell you anything because that's not the core issue. You know, there's like so many more layers behind that. So
Much.
Yeah. It's, and I think it's amazing what you're doing for the community and spreading it out as a ripple effect to the rest of the world. Because, like, right now, Lacey, she's your business partner, and I think she's in another state right now, right?
She is. She's in North Carolina. So her husband is a recruiter in the Army. We all knew each other back in the Army. So back like 2009 timeframe. She's been with him since. And so he's a recruiter, and they're just kind of stuck there. Like, you don't have a choice. This is where they don't have a choice and where they go. They're about to move somewhere. She came out here to Alaska last summer, which was awesome. She's about to come out for like a nice, good extended period of time because we're going to go to a natural products expo in California. So like, we're about to be doing a lot of things, which is nice. She's able to come focus on the business. But yeah, it's been years of us working remotely, growing this thing together. It's been really interesting to do it that way.
And it's so interesting because she's somewhere else. And so community can be this ripple effect of wherever you are. Like, I was looking at her pictures online, and she's like hiking with her family and just having a good time during the holidays. But it's not just about getting out and exercising. It's about the quality time that you spend with the people around you or with yourself. I mean, sometimes you just got to take a hike for yourself. So,
totally.
But I thought that was awesome because, like, she's able to spread like the mission of why you guys created this product in other places, and she doesn't have to be with you. But I mean, and that's going to affect her family members and friends, and hopefully be the snowball effect for this positive world we really, really need, especially at this time.
Totally. Yeah, I agree.
So, okay, now I'm actually, I was telling you I was experimenting with this during the holidays. I haven't told a lot of people about this, but I was making this lavender honey. I have this blue lavender honey.
Love it.
That I made. And so it's with the butterfly pea flower, and I was putting it in my tea. So that's why my tea looks kind of bluish, purplish. And I know that you are doing a special launch this week, like January 31st. So let's tell us about this launch that you're doing.
Yes. Okay. So December 31st. It's only going to be 24 hours. So this is like in 1 day. This is tomorrow. It's crazy. But we're doing these special run flavors, and this flavor are lemon berry muffin flavor. It is a soft granola. We use blueberries as the second ingredient in there. gives it that softness. We also put lemon. So with the butterfly pea flour, we use that as the color, that natural color, which God, it turned out such a beautiful purple, like lavender. I am just blown away. Like it's not even real every time I see it. And it's been so fun to play with color and like the food. But yeah, on tomorrow, only for 24 hours, we're going to release it because normally we have it to where you have to be part of our granola club subscription. But this is like, hey, we've got some extra. There's a limited quantity. Here's your chance to try it. Here's your chance to try it. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts about it as a flavor.
I like it. I like it because I don't actually like muffins. That sounds terrible, but I'm not a muffin person, but I love oats. I guess I'll make oat muffins sometimes. And it does remind me of a sweet treat. I had this yesterday, but it was cold. And then this morning I was like, I'm going to have it hot, you know, and because you can have your oats any way you want. And so I like it because I love texture in my food. A lot of people don't, but I'm like the chunkier, the salsa. I mean, just put the whole vegetables in there. Like I'm fine with that. And I love like there's nuts in it, right?
Yeah, you have
Like
some almonds in there
or something like that.
So
and
that
then the squishy blueberries definitely tastes lemony too. So, I mean, I think it's super fun. If you can make your food natural and fun, I think it encourages and tastes good. And it has to always taste good. But then you get people to start changing their habits. Now, some people might be like, oh, well, how many calories is in this? There's like 8 servings. I can eat this in one sitting. So 8 times 130 calories. But at the same time, it's like, first of all, your brain needs sugar to run. And that's why when you give your brain crappy sugar, you're like really chemically imbalancing it. But I honestly don't look at things for calories. I look at them for the flavor because I'm used to tasting things that are made with real food. So, I mean, it's just nice that you put something like the butterfly pea flour and you actually reached out to me about this butterfly pea flour. Like or you reached out to me for something blue or like how did this end up happening?
Okay, definitely had the idea of the butterfly pea flour being a blue colorant for food. I don't know where I got that idea from. I know I've seen the tea. I've been to places where they have the tea. I've seen how the acid, I'm just kind of fascinated by food science type things like that. So I knew that it wasn't going to turn out, if we went blueberry lemon, I knew it wasn't going to be blue. I didn't know what it was going to turn out like either, so we just kind of tried something and it worked beautifully. It was just gorgeous. Actually our first couple bakes, not pretty, not a good color. And then this one, I was just like, man, like I said, this is just not real. It doesn't even look real to me because it's so purple. It turned out beautiful. Yeah, I had no idea it was going to work.
So, okay, I don't know what you can tell us or not tell us how you made this granola because you use whole butterfly pea flours. You didn't use the powder. You use the whole raw thing, which a lot of people sell the powder and you went for it. Do
you sell the powder? I didn't even think about going powder. Okay. Didn't even know there was a powder option.
Well, the powder of anything is always usually a lower quality, and that's why you're using more of it. And that's why we use whole green cardamom pods, like with the shell on them. We use whole chunks of cinnamon, whole star anise with all the, the stars come out and then you break it down because you have all the essential oils and the nutrients intact. When you buy a powdered form, an instant form, and this is very different than matcha because matcha green tea is grown very specifically to make it potent, and it has all this, the stems and the veins removed from it. So it's complete, like matcha, yeah, it's a powdered green tea, but it's definitely a superfood because of the way that it's grown, produced, and consumed. But like the butterfly pea flour, you use the whole flowers, and I wasn't going to go buy powdered butterfly pea flour. A lot of people add that to their tea blends or whatever smoothie mixes or whatever, but you lose a lot of nutrients like from oxidation because there's more surface area because the powder is so small and so fine. So I choose not to do that myself. And so, yeah.
Okay, so we tried out a few different things. We actually like put the flowers in a coffee grinder and grinded them up ourselves so that it was more like a powder, and then used a cheesecloth and some things. Now, yes, we just use the whole flower. And at first it was like, okay, how are we going to get this color into this fat? Because we're trying to put it into coconut oil. So it's not steeping. It doesn't steep in coconut oil.
Yeah.
And then we learned to steep it in maple syrup. Like there's just enough moisture in maple syrup. So we steep the tea or the flowers just in a colander in maple syrup. And then that's it. It's really the simplest thing. Yeah, super crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
simple.
a lot of maples. Is that a lot of maple syrup?
It is. Well, you got to think we're making a huge batch. So we have like 3 of those Costco size jugs. Think of like 3 of those. I mean, we're making 140 pounds, I think, in a batch of granola. So, yeah.
Wow. That's so cool
great.
because now you're like infusing it in maple syrup or anything like where you're extracting it, or when you think of people making tinctures or like bitters or things like that, and they're just infusing it in that other ingredient and letting that other ingredient slowly pull the stuff out of it. So that's really fascinating. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so you've got this launch going out for 24 hours. Okay, where can people find out about you? Like where are they going to buy this?
ElevatedOats.com. Go to ElevatedOats.com. You'll see on all the social media, we're going to be blasting it out that we are having this release because it is only 24 hours. So you have the opportunity. But go to the website. That's where you can buy it. If you want it all the time, just join the granola club. Like our granola club, you can pick either 2 bags or 4 bags, or even just the snack packs. And our snack packs are so cute. You can get like 10 a month. And I like to have those for hiking, have those for lunch, have them in my car. And then you get to customize your box too. So we have all the options there, but this one 24-hour sale is for you to just try it out. You have an opportunity.
Well, thank you, Megan, so much for joining us today on The Essence of Tea. Oh, one last question. I didn't even ask you. What's your favorite kind of tea? Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
Okay, so my favorite is the 1,000-mile tea. I absolutely love it. I will go and buy containers. It's yours, which is great. Thank you. Yeah, I dig it. I take it onto mountains with me. It's a really great tea. So thank you.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know if it was that one or not, but I was like, okay, you drink tea. So like, what kind of tea do you like to drink? Like mine is not the 1,000-mile tea, but a lot of people like it. And I can drink that every day, all day long. But, I have so many flavors. So, and then what kind of granola is your favorite granola?
Oh, my favorite is the Salty Cocoa Crunch for sure. It's so easy to just keep eating and it's nice and crunchy. I just like to have it in my car. Great.
Awesome. Well, everyone, you heard her. You got 24 hours starting on December 31st at elevatedoats.com. You can find her on all forms of social media. They're women and veteran owned. And they're doing amazing things to transform people's lives. So go and check them out and spend some quality time with yourself, your family, your friends, and get active because it's great for your mental health. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Penny.